One thing is crazy, and you'll see it from time to time, and that is when it comes to rating video games for the appropriate levels, you'll usually see them get bumped up with DLCs and stuff like that. Well, but Balatro right here actually went down in rating instead of going up. So we're going to talk about it. Balatro finally escapes its silly 18 plus age rating by PEGI promises a more granular set of classification criteria for gambling themed games in the future. Let's get into it. One of the most head scratching introducing video game ratings of all time has finally been changed. As game rating organization Pan European Game Information, PEGI for short, has decided that the indie card game sensation Balatro is not an 18 plus game after all, which is kind of mind blowing to me. I don't even know how it got an 18 plus. I mean, granted, it's got game, cards in it. It has the potential at teaching you some stuff for like poker and values of different cards, but I don't see how this game is 18 plus to begin with. Anyways, the PEGI 18 rating for the game Balatro has been changed to a PEGI 12 following a successful appeal by the publisher's sold out sales and marketing. The PEGI website now says via Eurogamer, the complaints board concluded that although the game explains the various hands of poker, the roguelike deck building game contains mitigating fantastical elements that warranted a PEGI 12. As we continue on with this article, there's a couple things I really do want to touch on. PEGI has also announced today that Luck B Landlords, the slot machine roguelite that inspired Balatro, has also been given the PEGI 12 rating, down from the PEGI 18, for especially the same reason. Essentially the same reason. Oh my god, I'm having a hard time today. Although the game features a slot machine mechanic, there were no specific transferable gambling skills, and the game can therefore be rated PEGI 12. Okay. The whole thing was kind of bananas. Balatro is completely free of in-game spending or external DLC purchases. Hey, sellout games, whatever your developer name is, that is impressive. Because if you come over here to Steam, it is on sale right now. It's normally $15. It's on sale for $12.74, and it's developed by Local Thunk, and it's super positive, overwhelmingly positive over here. And where is it? I don't even know where the rating would be for America, no, it's not at the top here. Anyways, if you want to compare PEGI, which is this right here, to anything, it's basically the ESRB here in America. And the only problem I have is, like, if you look at the ESRB stuff right here, self-regulatory organization. It's basically meaning that they could do whatever they want and assign ratings however they want. Kind of like the Motion Picture Association, I can't remember what it is, that, rates movies PG-13, PG, rated R, NC-17, fill in the blank. They're all self-regulatory. But the one thing that kind of blows my mind, if you look at parent organizations here, Sega's on there. Sega, of all places, is a parent organization at ESRB. Kind of interesting. Anyways, Balatro got slapped with the PEGI 18 rating because of the purported connection to gambling. Specifically, as the agency said, that it teaches, by the way of images, information, and gameplay skills and knowledge that were used in poker. Okay. This knowledge and skill could be transferred to a real-life game of poker. I mean, all seriousness, I remember being 7, 8, 9 years old watching World Series of Poker back in the 90s on cable TV, learning how to play poker. On top of that, once I entered into my teen years, we were playing poker at friends' houses and having fun. I mean, nowadays kids don't really play games. Anyways, that's maybe technically accurate to some tiny extent. Balatro does make use of some of the basics of poker, but developer Local Thunk took issue with the facts that EA Sports FC25, which has microtransactions in the form of random card packs and other game items, is rated PEGI 3. This right here is one of the things I wanted to touch on, which they brought up. Local Thunk did. And that is random card packs. It's no different than loot crates in Overwatch and stuff like that. But with it being an EA title and being a massive organization, which is, I guarantee you, FIFA has some kind of hand in this. That's why it goes for PEGI 3. It's going to increase the sales of said game due to the fact that it's not a PEGI 18, it's a PEGI 3. You could turn around and you're going to have that, 8, 9, 10, 12-year-old kid with their mommy's credit card racking up charges trying to pull whatever the chase card is for said game. It's one of those things, like, it really makes you scratch your head. But it all comes down to money, and I believe ultimately it really does come down to the fact that it's EA and it's football or soccer here in America. Anyways, I'm way more irked at a 3+ for these games with actual gambling mechanics for children than I am about Balatro having an 18+ rating. Local Thunk wrote at the time, if these other games were rated properly, I'd happily accept the weird 18+. The red logo looks kind of dope. It does kind of look kind of dope on the cover. I mean, here in America, we don't really have many 18+ games. Local Thunk took a similar track with today's re-rating, which included a notice that PEGI will develop a more granular set of classification criteria to handle gambling themes and the simulation, teaching, and glamorization of gambling in different age categories. In my opinion, this is just my opinion now. Leave it up to the parents. Put on the cover, what have you, hey, gambling, hey, this, hey, that, violence, drug use, nudity, blah, blah, blah. Leave it up to the parents. Like, classification systems they work sometimes, they don't really work. I mean, all seriousness, it kind of held me back from playing Grand Theft Auto, but yeah, I could play Call of Duty, which was, at the time, I'd say they're both equally worse during the, mid to late 2000s. But my mom would get all up in arms. Oh my God, Grand Theft Auto. But yet, play Modern Warfare and Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, War Simulator. She's like, go get him, Tiger. So it's just one of those things. You gotta let the parents decide and, pick and choose what they want to allow their kids to play. Do I think a PEGI 18 rating is warranted in this? Absolutely not. Do I think that it should definitely be looked into more? Abso-freaking-lutely. Let's go full screen. It really does make me wonder, with this game having a PEGI 18 rating over in Europe, how much did that actually affect the sales of the game, considering that Balatro's been out, roughly a year. It took a year for them to come back with the appeal and to drop the rating from a PEGI 18 to a PEGI 12. Absolutely, I think it probably impacted the sales in the beginning, but it's not going to impact the sales moving forward. It's just one of those things. Like, PEGI really needs to look into how they grade games, how they rate games, and just leave it on the cover, be like, hey, it's got blah, 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 and move on. Y'all take it easy. Have a great, wonderful day, and I'll catch you later. Bye.